Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So, Vivaldi browser has received another point release. And this is now the second point release that is rolled out since version 7.6 was released last week. So clearly there's been a couple of issues, but it's nice to see that Vivaldi is quick to get things patched. Now this update actually includes a new feature, Adblocker fixes, crash fixes, and some improvements. And it includes the security updates for the Chromium platform, which the browser is based on. So there's quite a lot going on in the second point release for version 7.6. Now I'll leave the previous video I posted on the first point release for version 7.6 because it included important fixes that Vivaldi said missed the initial release. I'll leave that linked. Now, first of all, just to have a look at the build upgrades, the browser is now sitting on version 7.6.3797.56 after the update has been applied, and that point release has been bumped up from 0.55. And the Chromium platform is sitting on version 140.0.7339.212. And for this week's security patches, there were 3 security fixes. All of those fixes are addressing high-severity vulnerabilities, and they are listed as side channel information leakage in the V8 JavaScript engine. And that's a new one, as I mentioned, with my Chrome security update video I posted earlier today, that I don't think I've ever featured yet in regards to security fixes. Go check the Chrome video I posted earlier today out if you want more information regarding a side channel information leak. The next is integer overflow in V8, and that's the number 2 and number 3 are addressing those. And thankfully there are no 0 days that have to be patched, and there are no critical vulnerabilities. So 3 security fixes for the Chromium platform, which the browser is based on. Now, first of all, just to focus on the new feature. And I actually think it's a nice move. Now, if I close a tab, if I head to the new tab button, the plus button, if you middle click your mouse button, it should reopen the last closed tab. So if I middle click, there we go. That's opening up my last closed tab. So I think that's actually a nice move in the right direction. So that's the new feature. And then there are 2 fixes, once again, for the Adblocker. And I did hear in the comments that the Adblocker issues were not resolved in the previous update. So it'll be interesting to see and hear from you guys if these next 2 Adblocker fixes I'm going to mention are resolving the issue. Let me know down in the comments once again. The first Adblocker fix is if certain files fail to get created properly, no sites would load. That's the first Adblocker fix. And sites were detecting the blocker even when it was disabled and is disabled. So quite a bit going on with the Adblocker since version 7.6. And if you enter an @ into the address bar, apparently the @ searches were no longer working after restoring default settings in the address field. That's now been resolved. And then there are 3 crash fixes. The first, once again, is regarding the Adblocker, which was occasionally crashing when clicking on a link. And then the second crash fix is menus with multiple extension containers were crashing. And then the third crash fix was the browser was crashing when saving autofill addresses. So quite a lot going on here under the hood in the second point release. And then just to mention the next 2 and the final 2, the find on page was reporting 0 matches in PDFs. And the last one is an improvement for Linux users where Vivaldi says it's replacing the old style decorations on the profile picker in Linux Wayland profiles. So quite a bit happening here for the latest point release. 1 new feature, Adblocker fixes and improvements, crash fixes, and nice to see that Vivaldi is on top of things with the browser in regards to patching things sooner than later. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.